Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Najiha. Today our group will like to present the problem scenario that have been assigned to us. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Damia Rahana and I will start the presentation. So for today's presentation, we will be discussing about demand, supply and market equilibrium. First, let's start with demand. What is demand? In the simple terms, demand is amount of goods or service that consumers are willing and able to buy. Next, we have the law of demand. This law explains how price affect on consumer behavior, such like when the price increase, the quantity of demand will decrease. When the price decrease, the quantity of demand will increase. So basically, price and quantity demand move in opposite direction. That's why we say they have a negative relationship. If we draw this on a graph paper, the demand curve will slope downwards from left to right. To make it simple, higher price will lower a demand and lower price will higher quantity demand. That's all from my part, and I will pass this presentation to my friend to continue with the next part. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sophia. Let's talk about supply. Supply is the quantity of goods or service that producers are willing and able to sell at different price level during a given period. According to the law of supply, when the price increase, the quantity supply also increase. This is because of producer can earn more profit, so they are willing to produce and sell more. On the other hand, when the price decrease, producer will supply less because the profit is lower. For the example, if the price of coffee from 8 ringgit to 12 ringgit per cup, coffee shops may produce and sell more to get a higher profit. Now, let's move on to market equilibrium. Market equilibrium is the point where the quantity demand equals the quantity supply. This happens in the intersection of the demand curve and the supply curve. At this point, the market reaches a balance and there is no shortage or surplus. If the market price is above the equilibrium price, there will be a surplus. This means producer supplies more products than consumer want to buy. So, seller may reduce the price. If the market equilibrium price is below the equilibrium price, there will be a shortage. Consumer want to buy more than producers are willing to sell. So the price tends to increase until the equilibrium is reached. In conclusion, supply and demand work together to determine the market equilibrium. Understanding this concept helps business make better production and pricing decision. Thank you for listening.
Okay, next we're going to see about solution. The first is impact of raising local white rice retail price affect demand for import rice. Okay, the first one is when the retail price of local white rice increase, consumer will look for more affordable alternatives to recoup their spending. And the next is import rice. It's considered a substitute good because it can satisfy the same consumer need as local price. And then the next is therefore when the price of local rice rises, consumers are more likely to switch to import rice. And then the next is this cause the demand for import rice increase, shifting the demand curve to the right. And then as a result, the quantity demand of import rice also increase in the market. The last is the solution follow the law of demand and the concept of substitute goods. Where is rice in the price of one good needs to the increase the demand for its substitute. Okay, next we are going to see about impact of market equilibrium of increase in local rice supply. compared to increase in local rice demand is. Okay, the first one is effect of on market equilibrium. An increase in local rice supply or demand will affect market equilibrium by shifting the respective curve. This lead to a change from the original equilibrium to a new equilibrium where new equilibrium price and quantity are demanded thought in interaction of demand and supply. Okay, the next is change in demand and supply. Increase in local rice demand shift the demand curve to the right indication that consumers are willing to purchase more at each price level. This results in a higher equilibrium price and higher equilibrium quantity. The next is consequently increase in local rice supply shift the supply curve to the right due to improved production or viability. This lead to a low liquidity price and a higher equity quantity. Okay, next we're moving to curve section. The first is this graph shows the demand curve before and after the price hike. Okay, let's see the first one. On the left graph, before the price hike, the demand curve is at the original position. At the price P0, the quantity demand is Q0. And then on the right graph, after the price hike, the demand curve shifts to the right from D to D, at the same price P0, the quantity demand increase from Q0 to Q1. This means consumers are willing to buy more even after the price increase, so demand has increased.
Hi, my name is Sharmita Maldasan. Today I will talk about the innovative solutions for this problem. The first solution is providing subsidies. The government can provide financial support such as subsidies to help producers reduce their production costs. And then they can also lower production costs, encourage producers to increase output and maintain a stable supply in the market. Moreover, a stable supply helps prevent shortages and reduce the possibilities of sudden price increases. For example, the fertilizers for subsidy can help farmers produce more rice at a lower cost, which helps stabilize the rice price. So the second solution is control price changes. The government can monitor market prices to prevent extreme increases or decreases in the product price. Price control helps product consumers from paying excessive high prices while ensuring producers still receive fair returns. Stable prices create a balanced market condition and reduce uncertainty for both buyers and sellers. For example, monitoring rice prices can prevent sudden price increases during periods of limited supply. And finally, the conclusion is market equilibrium is determined by the interaction between demand and supply. Any changes in demand or supply will cause shifts in the market curves, leading to changes in equilibrium, price, and quantity. Understanding these changes helps explain how market adjusts and reach a new equilibrium when there are changes in market condition. Thank you.